a verse of the Quran, after elaborating how the laws were given to the Jews and how they flouted them, falling into schisms, says, "And after all that we have now established you upon the authoritative Shari'ah, so follow it, and follow not the whims of the ignorant. The protection of the ignorant will not bring you any gain in the sight of Allah. It is only the unjust that seek protection of the unjust, one from the other, but it is Allah who is the protector of the righteous." These are clear guidelines of the laws for the people, and a guidance and mercy for a nation with sound faith. What? Do those who earn evil think that we shall deem them equal to those who believe and do righteous deeds, and that their life and death will be the same? Ill is the judgment that they make. Allah created the heavens and the earth with justice, so that each person may be granted the recompense of what the person has earned, with none being wronged in the least. In this verse, the Almighty says that now you have been chosen and established upon the noble and authoritative Shari'ah. It is a body of laws that will bring you all the good things of life, as was the case with the Israelites and as happened in history for the earlier sincere Muslims. If you follow this law with sincerity, do not follow the laws made by the ignorant, preferring them over the Shari'ah, for these ignorant people are unjust. It is the unjust who follow the unjust, so do not seek their protection. These instructions about following the Shari'ah and repelling the ignorant unjust are a guidance for people who have sound faith. And, says the Almighty, do not think that it will not matter if you do not follow these guidelines and instructions, and that your life will be the same as that of the sincere. Even if you follow the unjust and seek their protection, your fate will not be the same. So don't be deluded. The reason is that Allah has created the heavens and the earth with justice, and each person will be granted the recompense of what the person has earned, with none being wronged in the least. May the Almighty in His infinite mercy pardon us. In support of the meanings in the verse about Shari'ah, two short verses may be quoted. The first says, "And we have sent down to thee the book explaining all things, a guide, a mercy, and good news for Muslims." The second verse says, "Allah commands justice and compassion, and giving to kith and kin. He forbids all indecent and contemptible deeds, as well as rebellion. He warns you so that you may constantly recall." The addressee in all three verses quoted is the nation, the Muslim Ummah. Allah demands the enforcement of justice. Justice can only be enforced by the implementation of the Shari'ah. Justice, however, must be tempered with compassion, for it is concern for the human being that completes justice. The Islamic form of justice must shun all indecent and contemptible acts during its enforcement. Justice is not only corrective justice, but distributive justice too, and that requires the taking care of those around you and your relations. Rebellion against these lofty principles is not to be tolerated. Therefore, no one should attempt to wreck the system of Islamic justice based on the Shari'ah. The Muslim Ummah must take these commands of the Almighty as a warning and constantly remind itself of its duty to do justice.